Ever since I was a kid, I had a dream of becoming a pilot, but I could never afford it. One day I decided to stop making excuses, to sacrifice my comfort, to make my dream happen. My name is Dee, and this is my journey. This is Future Pilot 901. What's up? How's it going? How is it going?
What an intro.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the D1M Mentality Podcast, where we talk about the number one thing within your control that can make or break your dream, your mentality. My name is D. I'm a pilot. His name is Mo, the steady athlete. This is episode number 30 of the D1M Mentality Podcast. Let's go. Hey, what are you guys saying?
What a way to start a 30th episode, honestly.
How are you liking the new setup, man?
Man, I love it. This is only improving.
Yo, hey, it's a cold world out here, yeah? It's getting colder. Winter's on its way. So I'm all wrapped up nice and warm, as you must be.
And obviously we're not made for this type of weather, but I guess we need to deal with it.
Shout out to everyone. First of all, shout out to everyone joining. Apologies for the late start. Tech difficulties. With the new setup, we're figuring it out. All right. But it's going to be a shorter episode today because we have something popping off at 7 p.m. So, a bit of news. I got together with one of my friends who I used to work with, actually. And he likes to do a bit of film, and he said, hey, can I come and fly with you, film you, kind of, get to know your story a little bit. So I was like, yeah, come through. So we went out, did a couple of flights. He filmed it all, put the interview together, and he's releasing it tonight at 7 p.m. So I'm going to be watching along live. Hopefully you can join us. It's over at View from MXRS on the YouTube. He's on TikTok. He's on IG. Give him a follow. That's where it's going to be. Straight after here, we're going to be heading over to View from MXRS. I still don't know what MXRS is. I need to ask him. How do you say that name? Is it Maxes? Is it Mixes? Is it? I don't know. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. I'm a bit nervous because I don't know what is in the final product. So it's.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I've not seen it. So I'm going to be watching it for the first time, and I'm going to be in the chat. And if he makes me look bad, I'll cuss him out in the chat. If he makes me look good, I'll dap him up. So yeah, if you can, please join us for that straight after here. With that said, over to you, Mo.
So, just to start a new way of presenting D1M mentality, how are you doing, D?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I get very annoyed when tech doesn't work. So I've literally gone from being super pissed off to like watching those intros and being very excited. But let me just say this to everybody watching. Happy New Month. It's November.
I'm looking forward to hear all the special noises that you have,
Oh yeah, all the sound effects. Come on.
The sound effects.
Come on.
That's a one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Seriously, guys. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you. Thank you.
No.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're popular.
Thank you. Oh, guys, you're so kind. Mo, how are you doing, man?
No bad, thank you. I'm really happy to feel like we're improving day one mentality, something that we both invest time and energy, and it feels nice to actually see an improvement.
And that's something to be mindful of. Like, a lot of the times, the positive emotions that we experience in life isn't necessarily when you achieve something, but rather when you feel like you're making progress towards a meaningful goal. And that's why, when you achieve something, you finally get your degree, you finally get that thing, whatever you've been working hard for, like, you enjoy it, but a part of you goes, huh, what's next? And some people criticize that, and I can understand that, because you should learn to appreciate what you have and not be ungrateful to the point where you're constantly trying to get but not enjoying what you have now. So I think you should have gratitude for what you have always, no matter what situation you're in. But all of life is a journey, right? On this earth, you're born, you're gonna die, and the whole time is a journey towards that, right? We spend more time in life on our journey than we do at the destination, so I think it's all about setting up those goals for yourself. Then you have purpose, right? There's an ancient idea that says without purpose people cast off restraint. So without purpose people mess their lives up, right? And interesting idea, right? So there's a study that's been done with rats to see how easily they can get them addicted to, like, I think it's cocaine or something like that. And rats that do rat things, like play with other rats and like are involved in rat communities, it's harder to get them hooked. But when they don't have that purpose, when they don't have those connections, they're more susceptible. And so, things like having a meaningful goal, right, is a protective mechanism for your life to prevent you. Because if you're doing something meaningful, now you have to go to bed early. Maybe you have to wake up early. Maybe you have to exercise. Maybe, all of these things are going to be protective factors. Whereas if you don't have a goal that you're moving towards, well, why shouldn't you stay up late? Why shouldn't you drink lots? Why shouldn't you do things that would be unhealthy? Well, you don't have a goal anyway. So having a goal and moving towards it gives you positive emotions, and it has a protective element to it. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah, talking about having a goal and progressing towards the goal.
Nice segue. That's a good segue. God.
I used to feel uncomfortable showing the progress that I made towards my goals. What have you ever felt that way, Dee? Feeling uncomfortable showing to other people your progress?
Yes, but I would say only when I'm probably not in the right environment if that happens. But on the other hand, it's also because sometimes the little progress means nothing to anybody else, and they won't have that excitement. Right? Because usually when you want to share, it's like you're actually excited about it. Damn, like today I actually read a chapter in a book. Like, wow, that's really cool. Like, I've tried so hard. Like, every time I try to read a book, I procrastinate. I, push it aside. And finally today I actually did it, right? And to someone else, it's like, all right, you read a chapter in a book. Okay. Because people don't really know how hard it is to push yourself. Only you know how much effort. So I think sometimes it's that, because the progress is small and probably someone else won't understand. But when you get around people who you think will understand, you're like, oh, let me tell them. And this happens a lot with pilots as well, because being a pilot is such a niche thing. And if I say to somebody, oh, I finally figured out how to fly straight and level, like, that doesn't mean much to you, right? But if I said that to another pilot and maybe they struggled with flying straight and level and trimming the aircraft, now to them they're like, oh really? Oh man, like you must be feeling great, Oh, I went first solo, until maybe if you explain it to people, then they kind of get it. But generally, if you're speaking to another student pilot, they'll be like, wow, that's amazing. You must have had a great time, because they know they've been there. But what made you hold back from sharing your progress?
So it was, for me, was slightly different. It was more like avoiding the feeling that I was showing off, in a way, that I was being a little bit arrogant, maybe. And I realized that there should not be a shame of showing your progress, because first, it's an extra motivation for me, and it can be a motivation for someone else. And even now, sometimes I still feel slightly uncomfortable showing my progress, because there is like a subconscious thoughts about not wanting to show off or feeling too cocky, maybe. And now I'm certain that it's absolutely necessary to show your progress, not just for you, but for the world.
What changed your mind? Why?
Because when you look out to social media, when you listen to I don't know, to songs nowadays, there is such a big influence in like showing off bad things and pretending like is right, or pretending that there is some benefits, at least from my point of view. I can give an example. You will hear in songs or in social media stories, people showing off, getting out late, partying, and things that for me are not important. So why would I not show off hard work that I've been working on for months? Something that actually means a lot to me, and maybe to someone else. So that's the change. That's the change that I had inside my head.
And I think it comes down to what I'm picking up from what you're saying, your reason for sharing. And I guess for me, I want to, like, I've said this in a video before on one of my flying videos. The next best thing, a very close second to achieving my own goals, is seeing somebody else achieve their goals. Like and I've had it recently where, a couple of people I was mentoring passed their skills test for the private pilot's license, right? Or somebody went first solo, where they're actually flying an aircraft for the first time on their own without an instructor as a safety net, just them. And when they message me and they're like, I just went solo, I'm like, like, that is crazy. Like, well done. That's incredible. Like, I'm so happy for you. And it energizes me and inspires me. And so when I achieve something, I want to share it with people to activate them, to help, motivate them, inspire them, maybe make them a little bit jealous. A bit of jealousy is good. Jealousy helps you know what you want, right? Because sometimes you're like, okay, what do I want? I don't know. Okay, but if you're jealous about something, maybe that's what you want. And then once you pick up that you're jealous, you can turn it around and be inspired instead, right? Because you're like, oh wow, like they've got that, I don't. All right, well, let me learn from them. You can turn it around from there. But jealousy is a good signal for something that you're interested in and something that you want. Just don't sit in it, is it's not advisable. Yeah, so that's what I would say. I would say it really comes down to your reason for sharing. And that's really important. If you're sharing because you're insecure and you need somebody's validation and you need those click likes, you know. And I have this, a lot of people, for example, who I've spoken to, I've been doing YouTube on and off now for like the last 4 years, on and off, mostly off than on. But you know, people are like, oh yeah, I tried YouTube. I posted one video and I was just like, yeah, nah, like it was struggling to get any views. But on Instagram, I get lots of views. And my thing is, yeah, I guess it depends why you're doing it. Because for me, sharing my progress on YouTube, you know, I'm building my catalog. That's how I think about social media. I want to come back 10 years from now and see, oh, remember when you had your first solo? Remember when you had, oh, remember this episode? Remember that fun episode? So even if I get 0 views, I don't care. I want to share my progress through my social media platforms for me, for my children. You know, when my children in the future don't think I'm cool, I'll be like, yo, do you know what your dad was like? Your dad was number one. Come on.
and it's not, I mean, a big thing that I realize is showing your progress. That's something needed. And another thing that I realized, thanks to day one mentality, I have to say, and thanks to Mr. Future Pilot, is showing or talking about your future goals. And that's something that we do at D1M Mentality as well. Something that we like to do is talking about dreams, our dreams. And what a better way to talk about dreams than bringing back Dream Workshop. What is Dream Workshop?
Good question. What is Dream Workshop?
Dream Workshop is 90 seconds where we're able to put forward a dream that we have, and then we get challenged and questioned by the other person. And one of my dreams is having an after school club. You might think, after school club, honestly, come on, so easy. Anyone can do that. I'm telling you, it's not. It is not. Anything to do with children is going to be harder than what you think. That is something that I realize.
Anything you do, you build up from scratch, is going to be harder than you think, full stop. And earlier this year, when we were going through books, we went through the 10, 10x?
10x rule.
10x rule, which basically one of the ideas is whatever you think you're going to do, it's going to take 10 times more than what you think it will take.
So my dream workshop for today is going to be activities as an after school club.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I don't know if there's a countdown on this thing. I'm going to have to find a countdown on here. That would be cool if I could find a countdown on this software, this new software that we're exploring.
It's completely new. So anyone, for the people that are new, I started a kids activities program for multi-sport, where I provide multi-sport activities for children. I've made a sport camps, and my next step will be becoming an after-school club.
All right. So, are you ready?
I am ready.
I'm going to set up 90 seconds. Timer. All right, your time starts now. So, what progress have you made so far?
So far, great question. I have created a promo video that I will be showing to schools. At the same time, I'm building a presentation that I will show to the schools as well in order to sell activity kits.
1 minute left. How are you going to reach and get into those schools?
So an advice that someone gave me is to go back to my primary school or secondary school. Obviously, I wasn't born in England. I wasn't raised in England either. So my idea is to go to the primary schools and secondary schools of my closest friends, because is most likely that their parents had a lot of connections in the schools, and some teachers might recognize my friends in some way. So I hope that should be better.
Bro, you're answering questions like Kamala Harris. Just get to the point. Answer the question. I have 20 seconds left.
Go on.
When do you expect or hope to get into a school? When's the first time you expect to be in a school?
January.
Cool. Oh, I've lost it. You have. All right, let's go. All right. Cool. So are you going to be charging, or are you going to make it free, or are you going to do a mixture of the two and have a gradient?
I will be offering the school to pay for the service first.
Why should the school pay for it?
I think it's a good way to enter in the schools and have a better background, saying that I have worked for a school already as an activity after school club.
I didn't hear that. Your audio is going funny. The time's up. Just reiterate your last answer, please.
So that other schools can see that I actually provided after school clubs in a school already.
Okay, a couple of things for you to think about in schools. One, there is something called so usually families on low income have free school meals, and there's P something, I've forgotten now. If anyone knows, put it in the chat. It's 3 letters. It's there's 3 letters. I've forgotten what it is, but basically it means that, you know, they tend to get subsidized things because they're on low income. So it's worth thinking about why the school would be interested in paying, because that affects how you market it. But that's maybe something to explore next time.
Nice.
Got to get into the mind of your customer, right?
Yeah, true.
And understand what motivates them, what stops them, what challenges they face, and then how you can better communicate with them. All right. Well, for my one, what do I want from my one? What do I want from my one?
Endless lista.
What do I want from my one? Let me look. I want to
break free.
I need to do a rap. I've been wanting to do a rap intro for the channel, but I'm stalling. I want to become a flight instructor. How about that? Let's have that as a goal. Brand new goal for you. Brand new goal for you.
Nice. Are you ready?
Am I ready? Let me see. 1 minute and 30. No, I just messed it up. Come back. 1 minute and 30. My time starts now. Go.
So why? My question is why? Simple.
Why? Because I love teaching, I love flying, and I want to help people have their first experiences and hopefully a great experience in learning how to fly, embedding foundations that will allow them to continue further on or just enjoy being a private pilot.
What do you need to become a instructor?
That's a good question. I've got so many numbers in my head. I do need to clarify. So that's something I need to go back and clarify. But I need to build up my hours to about 200 hours including to about 200 hours, which I'm hoping to do over the next year or year and a half, maybe. And then I need to do a flight instructor course, which I'm hoping to apply for a scholarship to get that done. But I guess I'll be planning 2025, 2026 to do that. That's going to be a 2026 plan, I think.
Scholarship provider, applying for a scholarship. Amazing.
Hey, that's how we do. That's how we do.
When are you expecting to become flight
I just
instructor?
told you 2026, bro.
Oh, I thought that was the scholarship.
No. So I'll apply for the 2026 flight instructor scholarship because you have to do a course to get it done, basically.
Nice. Would you be interested only in London or something more?
Yeah. For now, I want to stay local for now.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anyone?
I still have another job.
Do you know anyone that can advise you in becoming a flight instructor?
Yeah, I know a couple. Amazing.
And
I think 10 seconds.
It's too quick.
I know. And time's up. Thank you.
That's all I got for you.
Done. So yeah, the idea is, when we do Dreams Workshop, and we're just coming back into a stride with that, and it's something fun to do it with somebody, and the idea is you want to make your dream more specific. You want to maybe think bigger, with your dream, increase the size of it or increase the significance. The more details you add to your dream, the more it becomes real to you, and you're more likely to make it happen. And the more significant, the more meaningful it is to you, the more reasons you have to make it happen. Jim Rohn says, work on your why. And if you have a strong why, then you can face the challenges that you need to face in order to achieve the dream that you need to achieve, because there will be challenges and you will fail, because the path to success is paved with failure. So you have to have a good reason to keep you going. So yeah, it's a good game to play. It's something to explore. So I would say give it a go.
Yeah. And it's good to actually question things, even before they happen.
Right.
It gives like clarity, like what you said.
Yeah.
And it gives you confidence as well.
Yeah.
And if you have someone that can challenge you in that way a little bit, that's amazing. So that's basically what we try.
And also, I would say I would highly suggest whatever you do, and build your inner circle of people you trust. And you might have an inner circle for different areas and different things, but sometimes we need to be saved from ourselves, because we think we have a great idea and it's actually trash, but it can be improved maybe, or maybe it needs to be let go. And so, for example, when I was thinking of launching the scholarship this year, I spoke to a number of people, right? I was like, so I'm thinking of doing it this way. I spoke to a captain from EasyJet. I spoke to an aspiring pilot. I spoke to a student pilot. I spoke to you. I talked about it on the podcast. Obviously, be selective about who you talk to, but it's important to kind of vet your ideas, so that they're the strongest that they can be, so that you can achieve your dream, because that's what it's all about. So we've reached 7:00. We're now going to switch over. Final words before we switch over.
A pleasure to be back.
Pleasure to be back. This is where we're going. A friend of mine's put a video together of a flight that we did, and he interviewed me, so we're going to be over there. So check that link out. View from MXRS. I think Maxes or Mixes. I don't know. I still need to ask him how to say it. But that's where we're going to go. I see somebody scan the QR code. Shout. Whoever scanned the QR code, you're a don. You're a don. And if you didn't scan the QR code,
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
What's that?
If you didn't scan the code, that's my reaction to you. Anyways, thank you very much. We're going to switch over. Until next time, this is Future Pilot 901 reminding you to live your dreams. Peace.
Stay the athlete to enjoy the process.
Ever since I was a kid, I had a dream of becoming a pilot, but could never afford it. One day I decided to stop making excuses, to sacrifice my comfort, to make my dream happen. My name is Dee, and this is my journey. This is Future Pilot 901.